Hey guys, this is your boy Vaughn with Global Everything Films, and today we're talking about is it time to upgrade the DJI Mavic 1 Pro drone. Now at the time of making this video, I actually did go ahead and upgrade, but I gotta be honest with you, I didn't necessarily know I was gonna land on this drone. I actually seen DJI had released the Air 3 drone, which I was kind of leaning towards because number one, well, I'm not going to get into my number one reason why I decided to upgrade yet, but I knew that was the latest drone at the time. But when I did a little more digging, I realized that wasn't the higher up drone underneath the Inspire. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I just don't have the kind of money to go and buy Inspire. I think Inspire is like $16,000, $18,000. Like I could just buy a new car with that type of money. But for, I would say, a semi-pro level filmmaker like myself, I think this is a good drone to go with. But I could still create some amazing stuff with the Air 3. I just kind of wanted the best of the best at the time of upgrading because number one, I've had this drone for about 4 or 5 years now. I don't plan on upgrading anytime soon, to be clear. I know a lot of y'all upgrade your phones every year. You upgrade TVs every Black Friday. I'm just not one of them type of persons. Like, I'm going to ride this till the wheels fall off. Or should I say the propellers fall off. But I'm going to give y'all 5 reasons why I finally decided to upgrade. So I think it kind of hit me a few months back when I went to shoot a wedding. Now, I already had in my mind that I was going to bring my drone. So, just a little backstory. I damaged my charging port on my iPhone probably like 7 months ago, right? So, me kind of forgetting that, I went to put this in my bag, went to go film the wedding. I had got some ground shots, and then I went to use my drone. And what do y'all think happened? If you know, you know. You probably laughing right now. But I went to plug this up into the controller, and I said, darn, it hit me. I cannot use this because my phone charging port does not work. So at the time making this video right now was September 18, 2023, and I still got the iPhone 11. I don't upgrade every year. With iPhones, I upgrade every 2 years, but this year has been 3 years since I upgraded with this iPhone. It's been 3 years since I upgraded my iPhone. So, yes. Instead of getting my charging port fixed, I said I'm going to just wait till the next iPhone can come out. So, I'm upgrading to the 15 Pro Max this Friday. Yeah. Sorry about that. But, yeah, I couldn't use this drone at the wedding unless I used somebody else's phone because I had to connect it to a controller. So, that was one of the reasons why I decided to upgrade. I got tired of having to rely on using my phone in order to connect it. And that could be, when you a one-man band when it comes to filmmaking, a lot of times you want to be able to set up your devices as fast as possible. So, I got the controller right here. So, I got the controller right now for the Mavic 3 Pro. And this is the same with the Air version. I got it upside down. I could set this up in about 15 seconds and be ready to fly, to be honest with you. Get my settings how I want them. The controller sets up. I don't have to worry about, let me take my phone out of the case because I keep my phone in the case. I can set this up in no time and be flying. So that was reason number one. Reason number two, so the Mavic 1 Pro only has one camera, which is cool. It gives you a basic 24mm camera. And I got a lot of dope shots with this camera alone. But now, this was another selling point for me. The Mavic 3 Pro, as you can see, has 3 cameras. So it has your standard 24mm camera. It has your 70mm camera, which is a closer shot. And it has the 7X camera. So I like the zoom in cameras because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, let's say if I'm trying to, let's say I go to a festival, for example, right? And I see somebody in the center of the festival. They're having a great time. They're jamming. They doing a viral moment shot. Instead of having to zoom, go to the 24mm camera and go all the way close to get up on them, I can get that discrete shot from a distance and it still be as great as if I zoom with the 24mm up close. So I like those zoomed in cameras. And of course, a lot of YouTubers will go more into depth of the difference. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm gonna just tell you like 3 cameras. So even though this is 1/4 the price of this, 3 cameras versus 1. Reason number 3 is 360 obstacle. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Flying a drone is kind of like riding a bike, but it's not all the way like riding a bike. Let me be clear with you. If I haven't flown my drone for, let's say, 2 months, when I get back to flying it, it might not be the best, you know what I mean? But I do keep grids on my screen and stuff like that to just try to make sure I get the best cinematic shot, even if I haven't flown it for the longest. Of course, if I fly this every day, my shots is going to be the best, but I don't always fly this. So when it comes to being the best at flying, it's not all about getting the best shots. Secondly, you don't want to crash. Now, I was initially going to give my daughter this drone as a starter drone so she can get practice and all that, but she just kind of want whatever money I get from it, which might be like $200 at the most, maybe. You probably can get this drone right now for what, $300-400, but she just want the money. She don't really want to fly. But this only has obstacle avoidance in the front. So if you're flying sideways and let's say a tree on the side, you're going to crash. I remember the last time I crashed this drone, I actually flew it into a tree, and I was trying to think of all the ways I can get it down. I think I was going to call the fire marshal and say they can get my drone down. Like, I was kind of devastated. Till it dawned on me, I said, let me get a basketball court, and I threw the basketball up there, and it came down. At the most, I had to replace a propeller or 2, so I was excited about that. But I say that to say this. The more money you spend on the drone, the safer you want to feel when flying the drone. I'll repeat that again. The more money you spend on a drone, any device that you have or materialistic item that you have, the more money you spend on it, the safer you want to feel when using it. So, this has 360 obstacle avoidance. Number 1, when I notice I get the best shots when I stop worrying about crashing. It's when you're trying to be so careful when flying it that you're like, let me not do this or let me not do this. But when I just say, you know what, if it crashes, it crashes. I don't care, I just want the best shot. That's when you get the best shots. But this has 360 obstacle avoidance, so I could go crazy with it and it's probably not gonna crash, according to DJI, right? I've tried it sideways, I tried it backwards, I tried it forward, and it gives you like this message on your screen, and, you know, lets you know you're too close. Is it 100% crash proof? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But the downside is you cannot use the 360 obstacle avoidance in night mode. So kind of sucks when you're at night, and I actually tried it out yesterday, and it says not enough ambient light, obstacle avoidance is unusable, however they word it, I don't know, but I couldn't use it in night mode. So just when you're flying at night, you just got to be a little bit more careful. So with that being said, let's go into the 4th reason of why I decided to upgrade. Variable aperture. With this, you have a fixed aperture. I think it's like at a 2.8. I'm not gonna get all in technical into aperture, but let's say I'm filming in the daytime. If I didn't have an ND filter, which I did decide to purchase when I purchased the drone, I would have to crank up my aperture to f-stop 13 or 12. I think this goes up to about f-stop 13. But now I can keep my aperture low down to 2.8 and put on the ND filter. And I can get those nice cinematic shots with that nice bokeh. Or I can just, if I'm shooting at nighttime, instead of being at f-stop 5 or 6, I can go down to f2.8. That way I won't have to crank my ISO up as much. With this, you're kind of limited. Like I said, I think it's only a 2.8 aperture. So if you're shooting at nighttime, you can't adjust your aperture. If anything, you gotta adjust your ISO. And I think the safest I felt with adjusting my ISO was like 800 on this, maybe 1,000. But of course, the higher you crank it, the more noise it'll have in your image. Alright, so the fifth and final reason why I decided to upgrade is I have more frame rates when shooting video. With this, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember all the different frame rates. I think it was 4K 30 frames per second. I pair this up with my Sony a7S III now, and a lot of times I like shooting 120 frames per second. With this, I have 4K 120 frames per second. I have 5K 50 frames per second. I have just a lot more frame rates to shoot in. So I really love that. Plus, of course, the 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 4K, 5K. It has different shooting settings that you can use with this compared to this. So that's my fifth and final reason of why I decided to upgrade. Of course, there's other reasons why different people will want to upgrade. Some people just like having the latest and the greatest at that moment. In conclusion, I would say this is still a great drone. Even 6 years later, I think this came out in like 2016 or something. This is still a great drone to this day. I would still utilize this when I go to film a music video or go film a wedding. I'm just kind of limited on when I would use it. I would use this more in the daytime. I don't really feel comfortable with filming with this at night because I'm not going to get that great of night footage with this. But for a starter drone or something you want to get for your child or your kid, you want them to practice, hey, before you use this, I want you to practice with this. This is a good drone, and right now you can get this for about $300, $400. I might sell this. If you want to buy this, let me know. You can hit me up on IG, Global Everything Fun, if I still have it. But you know, this could also be a backup drone. So that's 5 reasons why I finally decided to upgrade my DJI Mavic Pro drone 1 to the DJI Mavic 3 Pro. Gotta make sure I say them right. So anyways, if y'all like this video, make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to give y'all more content like this on a more frequent basis. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks, y'all.